Hi, welcome to our class, and welcome to the University of Houston, Clear Lake if this is your first semester with us. And I'm going to show you a couple things about our class. And to get started, my first video link did not load correctly to YouTube, so I'm re-recording and I'm going to make this one work. So when you go to our website, there's the University of Houston Clear Lake, and then you're going to see two links up here. One says Blackboard, one says Webmail. First thing we're going to look at is the Blackboard. So you would click on here, and then you would get your login screen. If you don't know what your login is, you need to figure that out as soon as possible and get logged in. Well, if you're watching this video, you've already been logged in. So let's see. My password. Okay, when you get in, your screen will kind of look like this, a little bit different. You won't have all these courses over here, but make sure that you look at all the announcements and your calendar and just scroll through here and look at things. Announcements will usually be here, but then you look for your classes over here, and here is your class right here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to look at all of these links, and hopefully this should not take more than 15 minutes. So, course announcements, first thing. I had the video link ready for you, and I went to bed last night. When I got up in the morning to watch it, it did not work. So you'll see announcements here. It's really important that you check your email and your coursework every single day, okay? Course FAQs. This is really important that you read this. Make sure if you have any questions, you can look at that. This part is very important, the syllabus. So just open up your syllabus. Okay. And here is the syllabus. Okay. So basically our class is 100% online. Usually I will be available on Monday nights from 6 to 10 p.m. or by appointment. I will try to make some classes where we can all meet at line at the same time. It's not mandatory, but I highly recommend that you do that. Okay, I want you to go ahead and read through all of the syllabus. Textbooks. Everyone will need this one right here for your quizzes. This is a special textbook. You might have a hard time finding it on Amazon. You might have to buy it from our bookstore. Okay. Now, if you are planning on teaching elementary, early childhood through 8th grade, you might want to consider this bundle. It comes in a bundle. You would look for this, EC through 4. Okay. If you are planning to teach secondary, or you're a non-education major, or even if you're planning on teaching 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, you might want to consider this bundle. Some of the books are the same in both of them, but this is a good bundle, and both bundles are wrapped together, so you'll have two choices. You pick one choice. You will need Inspiration 9. It is available at the bookstore. I think you might be able to order it online too. If you go and Google Inspiration 9, you might find it. Make sure that you keep your files organized. You have a flash drive, you have Dropbox, you have something that you can back up and save. Make sure you have a good computer or a laptop to use. If you don't have that available to you, then you're going to need to spend a lot of time up at the school or somewhere that has a computer with a good internet connection. There is a student support center. It is available at the school. You can log on to their website, you can look at their website, or you can call. And this is for our class and any other class throughout your career at U of H Clear Lake that you can use the support center. Okay, make sure I'm not going to read this all to you. You can read, and I expect you to read this. So go ahead and read all this stuff. The objectives is everything that we're going to be doing in the classroom. Make sure that you have some basic computer skills before you even start this class, because if you can't save your files, you can't use the email, anything like that, you need to make sure you have basic computer skills down. Okay, I'm not going to read this. I do expect you to read it. The UAS, we will talk about that later. You don't have to worry about that right now, but still read it. Plagiarism, make sure you're not copying stuff off the internet and turning it in. Attendance, how can we do attendance if we're an online course? Well, if you don't do work for a week, that counts as an absence. So make sure that you are doing your work and all the assignments are done weekly, must be done weekly. There are 3,295 points in this class. That's a lot of work. Some points are going to be worth 200 points, some things are going to be worth 50 points. It just depends. In a second, I'm going to show you the due date list, and it's really important that you follow up with the due date list too. I really don't want to give any incompletes. I also want to point out that I do not accept any late work, with one exception. If you contact me before the assignment is due, I might make an exception depending on what it is and give you more time. But with that said, don't just hand in work late or call me or email me after the fact. Otherwise, I'm going to have a hard time accepting. Also, let's see, I don't like to give any incompletes, but if you have a special circumstance at the end of the semester, we will talk about it. Okay, statement on professional dispositions. This is very important because you're going to have to use this document on your first assignment. So make sure that you can click on here, open it up, and that you go over this document pretty thoroughly. At the end of the semester of every course, you will be graded by your professors on your disposition. Now make sure you read it, make sure you understand it, and we'll talk about that with the next when we start talking about the assignments. Okay, make sure you read through that. Academic calendar, you can click on that. We'll talk about that later. Make sure you read that. ISTE standards, these are all things that as a teacher and as a student, these are just general technology strategies and tools that you just need to make sure that you master. So here we come to the fun stuff, the assignments and due dates, which I'm going to actually exit out of this so I can go to another document. So make sure that you read your syllabus. The link is right here on the left hand side. Okay? I'm going to skip the course units. We're going to come back to that in a second. Due dates. Make sure that you follow this to a T. And I'm waiting for it to open. I know it will open. Let's try to force it here. Okay, here it comes. Okay, here are all of our due dates. There is one that I say I'm going to change this right now. This is going to be due the email submission. I will change that and get that uploaded. That's going to be due on Friday. of this week, and that would be, I'm looking at my calendar, that is going to be August 29th. So on 8/29, please get this part done, and we'll talk about it in just a second. Everything else, Unit 1 has a lot of stuff, so you're actually getting 2 weeks to do this. Now there's a reason that you're getting 2 weeks. Most of the time, everything will be due on every week, the same day, and usually you'll have 1 week to do each unit. But since we're just getting started with Unit 1, and there's a lot of things in here, make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to do this photo story, and everything else should be pretty fast. The unit quiz might take you a little time too, but make sure, look at all the points that you have. If you try to start this photo story the day before it's due, you're going to be crying, so don't do that. Okay. Unit 2, here's all your due dates, all the due dates of all the assignments. If you just follow this paper and make sure you check everything off that you have it done, you're going to be fine. Okay, let's go back to the course units. This is where you're going to find all your coursework. So it's really important that you check this every day and check your email every day. We're going to go over Unit 1 right now. So, first thing you start doing is you start reading. You read everything and read it twice. Okay, I want to point out there are links here. I would like you to look at these links and make sure you read your objectives. And here are your textbook readings here. Make sure you read that. Then after you read that, you may take the quiz. You just click on the heading to take the quiz. And it's being slow. While we're waiting for that to open, here's your first assignment, photo story. So basically what you need to do is read everything. Make sure you have everything that you need. I did leave a link to use Movie Maker that I found on YouTube, and that's in the announcements, so you can find that. Okay, here we go. The quiz. Basically, you will have 1 hour to do the quiz. You can do it over again if you don't do well, but just note that you might not get the same questions that you got the first time. You would just click begin and then go ahead. Okay, photo story. To submit assignments, here's all the instructions here. Make sure you read everything. If you need to print it out and follow it step by step, follow it step by step. There are some links here to help you. Remember I was talking about those professional dispositions? Make sure you open the link and you get this here, because this is going to guide you for what you need to have in your photo story. Okay, so what you're going to do is read. If you don't have Movie Maker on your computer, you can load it by clicking this link. Please note that if you're a Mac user, you can use iMovie. Okay, you cannot use PowerPoint. It has to be made into a video. Okay. Read this. Prepare your images for the story. Creating your photo story. Saving and exporting. Make sure you read it. Okay. Here is a rubric of how I will be grading everything. So these are all of your points. If you follow this step by step, this is everything that I'm looking for. Okay? Now to submit it, what you'll want to do whenever you want to submit an assignment, you're going to click in the course units, you're going to click on the heading. So I clicked on the heading and I'm getting another page, and these are the exact same instructions that was on the first page. There's nothing different, except at the bottom, this is where you can submit your assignments. If you need to put an attachment, you would click Browse My Computer. If you need to put a YouTube link or a link for something, you would put it here, and then you would click Submit. You can only submit your assignments one time. If you make a mistake and you submitted before everything was uploaded, then just email me and I can reset it for you. Okay, So let's go back to Unit 1. Okay, the photo story, the quiz, then you scroll down a little bit and then you're going to have this email submission. This is what I want in by Friday because I need to know that everybody can use their email, and it's very important that you check your email every day. Check your coursework every day. Look in Blackboard, look for announcements. The best way to get a hold of me, really the only way, is through email also. So if you don't know how to get to your email, I'm just going to click over here and show you the email is here. And this is my email. I already logged in. I'm going to sign out. And let me just click on here. And make sure, with mine I have a different setting. But with you see this example right here, you're going to have to put PC Lab / and then your user ID, and then you would put your password down here. Okay? So make sure you look at that. If you forget your password or don't know your password, it's the same one that you use for Blackboard. Make sure that you use this email, please. Okay. Again, you would click on here. Oh, well, that's not good. Okay, let's go back. Whoops, I kicked myself out. Okay, here we are. Okay, the next thing we're going to go down to, so read everything here for your email. Do that part. Next thing, you are going to need a Google account. If you have a Google account and it's not appropriate, it doesn't have a good title, like the examples here, you might want to consider creating another one for professional and for school. We are going to need Google to, you are going to need the account because we're going to use a lot of Google tools. You can't get by without it during the semester, so please make sure you do that. And remember to submit an assignment. I would click on the heading, follow the instructions, do what it says. Okay. Next thing in Unit 1, okay, here's a survey that you need to take. Make sure you click on the link, do what it says. Every week you will have a weekly reflection blog. You will need to make sure you do this every week. If you try to do it all at the end of the semester, I won't accept it because it is time stamped. Okay? So you just click on where it says the heading to get there, and then you just go to create blog entry. Okay, and then you would write your entry here. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Unit 1 for a second because it's going to have what you should be writing about each unit, each week. Okay, so for example, if I go back down here to here is your prompt right here. Okay, so you might want to copy that and paste it into the blog when you're getting ready to type it. Okay, Unit 1 also has a discussion question. You will not have a discussion with every unit, okay? But this is important that you do this within 72 hours. During the first 24 hours, you make your initial post, and then after that, you can respond to 3 people's posts, a minimum of 3. Okay, so I can click on here, and then what I would do is click on Create Thread. And here is the prompt right here, and then you can just start typing, and then as people start creating their discussions, you'll see more in the thread. So make sure you read that, answer the question. It doesn't have to be really long. 200, 300 words is fine. Don't make it really, really long. Okay, so that's everything for Unit 1. Every unit is going to be set up like this, so if you click on every unit, click on the headings, go down the list, check your due date form, you'll be fine. Okay, if you have any questions or it gets really hard, just email me. We can all log in online. I can help you with some things. Plus there's the tutors. I don't want you to feel like you are just stuck out there on this online course. Okay? Now the email link over here, this is you can use this to send classmates or me emails, but just note that you can't check your email here. Everything goes through your U of H webmail. So if I were to send you an email, it would come through your U of H Clear Lake webmail. Okay. Introduction Wiki. You are going to, for our Unit 1, you're going to need this because you have to post your YouTube video. Once you make your video, you're going to post it to YouTube, and then you're also going to post it here. So you're going to submit it. Just follow the instructions for the photo story. You're going to submit it to the Introduction Wiki. That way you can look at your classmates and you can get to know each other even though we're not going to see each other face to face. Okay. Also, this is another link for the discussions. So I did want to point out this one down here. This is for the first one. We'll have one for Unit 5 and Unit 14. But there is this one here, Students Helping Students. If you have a question, just a general question about the course, put it up here. If you can answer the question, answer it. If not, I can go in there and answer some questions too. But some of you might have the same questions, so that's why it's a good idea to use that. And that's under discussions. Okay, we've almost gone through everything. This is where you would click on your grades. Mine's going to look different since I'm in as an instructor. You do not have any of this course management here. This is just for me. So yours will look kind of like mine, but you should have all of these links here. Now, also in the help, let me see something in the help. I wanted to go back to actually the course unit. My computer is being so slow. What I was going to tell you is there is a tutorial page that was made just for this class. Okay, here we go. Unit 1, I forgot to show you this. If you scroll down, there are some links. That's for your disposition. Okay, here we go. There are instructions here. If you click on this link here, it's going to take you to a website. This website is for this class, some technology resources. Here's a movie maker link, here's a YouTube link, and this is for some other things that we'll be using in the class. I will try to make as many of these screencast movies as I can to help you. And I apologize for this one being so long, but I just feel like we need to go through everything and make sure that you're good. So I will update this link, and if you have any questions, just email me. Otherwise, I should be getting the first thing from you is an email this week with whatever the instructions were. I hope this video helps. Thank you.